NBA free agency has been a ginormous splash for a lot of major players. These owners are throwing money like it's nothing, blowing money fast on a lot of these NBA free agents. Alonzo Ball got some major coin. Reggie Jackson soon to be getting some major coin. A lot of these guys are getting major money from these owners, and these owners are willing to spend this money, willing to spend this bread on a lot of players. Okay, if NBA free agency was something, I would call it the OnlyFans. All right, because these owners are spending countless dollars on these players. Not so much for Dennis Schroder. Dennis Schroder still remains a free agent. Remember, the Lakers offered Dennis, I believe it was a 4 or 5 year contract worth $88 million. Dennis believed that he was going to get much more in the open market. And Dennis is starting to resemble Montrezl Harrell. Remember, Montrezl Harrell turned down a major figure contract, for Montrezl Harrell standards, when the Charlotte Hornets, Michael Jordan and them, they was willing to give him some major coin, but he turned that down and went to the Lakers on a 2-year deal because he was trying to chase a ring and also prove to the LA Clippers they made the wrong choice, by meaning they should have exercised their option and given Montrezl Harrell a max contract. They turned that down. Control, alternate, delete. And now Montrezl Harrell has to replay his value, replay his worth, and opt in on that second year. And he's a member of the Washington Wizards. Now, as far as Dennis goes, Dennis might have to do the same thing. He might have to lower his standards and probably play for another 1-year deal and prove himself and prove to the NBA universe that he deserves a max contract. Okay, there's a reason why Dennis has been bouncing around in the league. Okay, very talented brother, but I would not max Dennis out. Okay, he's, even though he wants to be a starting point guard, I see Dennis as a player that comes off the bench. He gets those buckets, but it's not very consistent. All right, and when the lights are brighter and when the rubber meets the road, sometimes Dennis falls back some. All right, so Dennis is going to probably have to go for another 1-year contract. Now, there was rumors out there that Dennis could possibly be in a sign and trade situation with the Sacramento Kings. The Sacramento Kings give Buddy Hield to the LA Lakers, and the LA Lakers give the Sacramento Kings the services of Dennis Schroder. And the Sacramento Kings says, nah, fam. Nah, we don't have to do that, because if he turned down the $88 million from the Lakers, that means he's going to become a free agent, and we can get him much, much, much more cheaper, and we don't have to lose any players or draft picks in return. Okay, now Dennis has 2 options. All right, he can either fall back and beg Lakers organization, hey, remember that deal that I turned down last year, that $88 million deal? I was just wondering, is that deal still on the table? Can I still sign that deal? Or he can take a 1-year contract and replay his value, just like Montrezl Harrell is going to be doing with the Washington Wizards. Another year of improvement, and then maybe next free agency of next year, if he plays real good, he can get that max contract. I feel like he's in the same position and in the same boat as Montrezl Harrell. I mean, these are average players, but these average players want these max dollars. And to be truthfully honest, I feel like they're gonna miss the boat. They're gonna miss their opportunity, because even though these owners are just throwing money all over the place, for a lot of, and some of these players are really, to me, unproven. I feel like, particularly this year, when this year plays out, a lot of these owners are going to have buyer's remorse and say, wow, we shouldn't have gave him all that money. And you know how NBA owners are. One year they're blowing money fast. The next year they're pinching pennies. And I feel like next free agency they're going to be pinching pennies, unless they can somehow lure a Kevin Durant, a James Harden, or a Kyrie Irving, because all three of those guys are going to become free agents next year, and they're going to be the cream of the crop. And by the way, how the owners are spending money now, I think they already know. I think they got enough intel to know that two of those guys are not going anywhere. They'll remain in Brooklyn, and the two I'm talking about is Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. James Harden, he's a wild card. He may return to Brooklyn. I don't know. Depends on if they win the title or not. If you look at the teams, the Brooklyn Nets are still heads and shoulders the better team, but you still have to give it to the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks did win the championship. They do have the ring. They do have the hardware. So they're the cream of the crop. And a close second, if you want to call it, if you also want to call them first as well, is the Brooklyn Nets. And the East is getting better. The East is starting to be the beast. A lot of talent, particularly talent that used to be in the West, is making their way to the East. The Knicks, they have made a lot of deals. They got Walker. He was with the Charlotte Hornets. Then he was traded to the Boston Celtics, and now Kendall Walker is a member of the New York Knickerbockers. We're going to see how that plays out. The Chicago Bulls signed Alonzo Ball, and oh my God, I forgot the guy's name. DeRozan, as well as they got their own big three down there. Zach LaVine, they got him. So they got their rendition of a big three, a smaller version of the big three when you talk about the Bulls. So a lot of teams are doing a lot of amazing things in the East, and I feel like the West is kind of depleted. The Utah is still going to be Utah. The Utah Jazz is still going to be the Utah Jazz. The Denver Nuggets are, they're keeping the core of their talent. I'm not sure what the Clippers are doing, but they're still in the top five. And when you look at the Dallas Mavericks, they're also improving, as well as the LA Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. I feel like when Klay Thompson comes back fully healthy, they have a good squad, and I know definitely they will at least be representing in the playoffs. And you still have the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns ain't gone nowhere. They ain't lost nobody. So, yeah. So, all the teams, when you look at the contending teams, they're pretty much full. I mean, they already have what they need, and they're not going to really spend max dollars on a Dennis Schroder unless they are completely desperate. Now maybe the LA Clippers may be desperate enough to sign Dennis Schroder to a max contract or do a sign and trade. I don't see the Lakers helping the Los Angeles Clippers or Dennis Schroder, and I don't see the Los Angeles Clippers helping the LA Lakers get rid of Dennis Schroder. I feel like the Lakers already wiped their hands of him, and they're moving on. They already got their point guard in Russell Westbrook, and Dennis Schroder is left with the crumbs, and he's going to have to sign another 1-year contract, and the rest they say is history. So that's all I got for today's update, guys. Tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy, the host with the most. I'm up out of here. Deuces.